Okay, so this is a new one for me by Other Half. It is called Shroomies. This is a double dry hopped triple India Pale Ale. I didn't notice that when I got that because I probably wouldn't have got it because triple was a little too high for me. And, unless you like one can drunk type deals. Because this is a whopping 10% ABV, which isn't like extreme high for a triple, but it's pretty high compared to other stuff. So you're going to get, possibly, if it's not super cold, you're going to get that ABV burn and whatnot. Like there's other brands that are like doubles that are about that rate too. You got Abomination Brewing, whose IPAs are typically somewhere over 9%. Sometimes you got Voodoo Ranger, which is the low budget entry level IPA. It's typically 9.5%. Even my entry level sour, which was Victory's Sour Monkey, 9.5. So, yeah. So it's not that high, but I think Triple Mosaic was a bit higher. That one I actually liked. It was a little sweeter. But this one's different. I was, once I realized it was triple, I thought it would be much more bitter and boozy. So the hops here, it's a little different than what I'm used to. I'm going to try to see if I can focus this. We got Citra as the first one, Anchovy, Moteca, HBC 1019, and Citra Cryo. So I'm not familiar with, I think I might have had HBC 1019. I don't know the flavor profile of that. It would be interesting if they did a solo with that, so you could try it. That's the best way to understand what hops you like. Although each company does it different, it depends on how much they use or all that. I'm guessing somewhere in the process. So Citra Cryo, you got Anchovy, Moteca, and HBC. So we got 5 different hops. I've had Citra Cryo, Anchovy I've had vaguely, Moteca I've had a few times before, and HBC maybe once or twice. I'm not sure. So I think I've had them all. And I know when they double down on Citra, sometimes it could be too lemony. Some people with just Citra, they do it too much, and it's just overwhelming citrus in a bitter aspect. I don't know how to explain it. It's not like there's no sugar content to balance it out. So if it was a sour, that would be different. But this one's not actually citrusy. It's more, I would say apple. That's the flavor note I'm getting. And I'm not going to read their flavor profile. They do list one on the back here because I like to have my independent opinion from that. But I think it's the first flavor I got was heavy apple. Like, kind of like a hint of like Jolly Rancher candy, but without the sweetness. Like you got that booziness behind it. Maybe peach. Yeah. Like an apple peach ring or something. But the apple's there, but then it kind of has this bitterness that isn't too bitter. It's not like American IPAs where it's just bitter flavor at the end. This hits probably around the middle of the tongue and then it fades pretty fast, which is surprising for the ABV. When there's stuff that's way less, like Two Hearted Ale, I think Lawson's, Sip Sunshine, Heady Topper, they all have a bitterness aspect that I'm not a fan of. A lot of people love it, but this doesn't have that type of bitterness, if that's what you're thinking. It's very mild. It's definitely from the booziness. I'm not really feeling the booziness too much. Now it's starting to creep in. I just took a sip, so it's been about like 15 seconds for it to really hit and start to feel a little bit of that ABV burn, but it doesn't really fully materialize. Like, there are definitely lower ABV stuff that is way harsher than this. This is not as harsh as you'd expect for 10% or a triple. As you can see, it's artwork here. They do a lot of food, and the little shrooms are shimmery with little faces. You can see that's cute. Okay, so I said apple peach. I'm a little pleasantly surprised. I don't like Other Half cans. I found they've been lacking lately in the past year or so. Like, they all have this gassy flavor, which I've heard means that I just might be a little bit more sensitive to the flavor profiles or like the cleaning agents or whatever for inside versus out. So I recommend to pour it in the cup, which sometimes does help. Sometimes it doesn't. Just give it time to gas off, I guess. But this is one of the ones where I can actually drink it from the can and actually taste the flavors. I actually just got another, it's a double though, Imperial by them, called G for Green, which is a complete surprise. Nothing like the other halves I'm used to. No gassy flavor. It's got a fruitiness and pine mix. Reminds me of a West Coast style. And this one's more fruity though than that. This one has that, but it also has that bitterness of a 10%er. So, rating wise, I'm not sure how to rate this. Like, honestly, I wouldn't get this again just because I'm not into triples. It's a little too much. You know, you drink one, I can't review anything else. And because, I'm already falling asleep and I don't typically finish this whole can. I think I have like another can left of this. And the last one I had like half of it. This is one that I didn't finish drinking. I tried drinking like twice. It's just, if it gets warm, it gets way too boozy and turns a little bit more bitter, which is you expect from this high ABV. So rating wise, I'm going to give it a solid 7.5 out of 10 or 75 out of 100. It's not bad. I just wouldn't buy it again because it's my own personal preference. It's nothing wrong with it. This one actually has flavor, like fruit profiles that you normally don't get from other half. Like, they list that there's fruit profiles, but not in the way that you expect from other stuff, like my favorite extra juicy bits by WorldWorks, or a lot of Equilibrium stuff, any milkshake IPAs, or anything with fruits, Cape May's mango or Crushing It series, or any other orange one, any of them. You're not going to get that with the other half, but this one actually has fruit flavor. And so does their other recent one that I just had. So hopefully this is a new turn in the page for other half, and they do this more often with more fruit flavors that are actually apparent, because it's been lacking. Like, I had All Citra. I used to love it. It was like one of my top 3, and lately it's just been too gassy flavored tasting. I had one that tasted like somewhere in the middle. It tasted like peach rings, and it was amazing. But I never got one like that again. It's just been downhill. So hopefully this is going to be a new thing for them, that maybe they switch their cleaner or something. Or because apparently something with the cleaning agent on the inside outside can give that flavor of this gassy flavor that I pick up. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if anybody else notices that. If they do, please chime in about that. That would be great to know if it's just a personal thing or I'm just weird about that. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10. This is not bad. Apple notes. We're gonna read the back now. Okay, let's read these notes. They say, like I said, apple's what I'm getting though. Up front, like very, Jolly Rancher without the super sweetness. Let's get super clean. The problem is they did white lettering here on the. If it doesn't want to, I'll just read it. It's not wanting to focus. There we are. A triple IPA brewed with a hand-selected hops, giving notes of lychee, candied watermelon, papaya, and peach rings. So I did pick up the peach, but candied watermelon? Let me see. Maybe. I guess, yeah. Somebody might confuse that for watermelon. I think it's more apple. But to everyone their own. I can usually get their hints, their notes down pretty well. But, yeah. I could see that. The peach rings are definitely there. Lychee, I don't even know what it tastes like. And papaya is pretty, I wouldn't know anyway. But, yeah, definitely get the peach. But there's also an apple note here. If you like that type of flavor profile, maybe this one's for you. If not, I would say if you want something lighter, try the G for green. This is it right here. I'm going to do a review on that. G is for green, and this one is amazing if you like a little bit of sweetness, but not too much, with a little bit of pine. This is a good one. But that's all for now.